People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
We, the security and human rights organizations from Africa, comprising of community-based organizations, grassroots movements, women associations, youth movements, social justice centers, marginalized groups, and civil society organizations from different parts of Africa, are disheartened and very concerned and disturbed at the escalating incidences of criminalization of dissenting voices in African states that ought to be democratic. Of immediate concern is the recent violent arrest of Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, aka Bobi Wine, for allegedly flouting the set COVID-19 guidelines that presidential candidates should meet or address less than 200 people. While we acknowledge the need for compliance to the country's set laws, we also note that the manner in which his arrest was executed involved force, resulting to violent protests in various parts of Uganda. We note with serious concern that there was excessive use of force in dispersing protesters, which led to civilian deaths, injuries, and disruption of people's ways of living due to heavy police and army deployment in the country. In light of the foregoing, we call upon the government of Uganda to 1. Conform to the principles of human rights and promote the same as enshrined in the Banjul Charter, to which Uganda ratified in 1986. Number 2, protect and promote the fundamental and other human rights and freedoms as enshrined in Chapter 4 of Uganda's Constitution. We demand the release of Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, aka Bobi Wine, on reasonable bail terms to avert more violent protests in the country.
People power.
Number 4,
People power.
Our power.
we also demand that the government of Uganda takes appropriate, reasonable, and peaceful measures to avoid a culmination of violence towards the general elections set to take place in January next year, that is 2021.
We call upon an end to this police brutality and the unlawful arrests. Ever since Kyagulanyi was arrested on Wednesday, they didn't allow any of his lawyers, family members, even the medical team to see him. And we are worried about his condition because we can't trust one of our own in the hands of our enemy. I hear that today they have taken him to court, but they are bringing bogus rules that he violated. They are trying to say he violated COVID rules. If you have been following 7 campaigns, he rallies people behind him when he's also going for his campaigns. So why not put a fair ground for all the candidates? Why is he tying upon the hands and legs of other candidates, yet for him he wants to be free? So we are calling upon the release of Bobi Wine and the freeing of all Ugandans. Many Ugandans have lost their lives. Our media in Uganda can't report that. That's why yesterday we also came up with a press conference, because we want people to know this. On the first day when they arrested Kyagulanyi and protests rose up in Uganda, about 15 people were killed on the first day. But our media, there is a national newspaper, it's called Daily Monitor. It reported that only 3 people were killed. So you can see how also the state is controlling our media. They don't want to report exactly what is happening in Uganda. I'm happy that HAKI Africa came up with this initiative, because human rights organizations and other international organization bodies, most of them are silent about what is happening in Uganda. What is happening in Uganda can happen anywhere in the world. Will they also keep silent about it, or are they also trying to protect this 35-year-old dictator who has ruled our country? So we are calling upon an end to this. Let there be a fair ground on all the candidates that are contesting for the presidential elections, and let there be no more killing of our citizens. Let there be no more killing of our citizens. We don't want to see blood. We want a peaceful change of power. We don't want to change blood. We are already away from that.
As a Free Kenya movement, we are calling on the state, on the Kenyan government, We are calling on the East African Union. We are calling on the African Union. We're calling on the United Nations to come down to the Pearl of Africa and sanction President Yoweri Museveni Kaguta for the crimes against humanity. We're also asking the ICC to start taking stock of what is happening in Uganda. Young people are dying every other day, and nobody is speaking out on behalf of these people.
This time around, we want to be united as African youths, not only East Africa, because this problem is all over. Whenever families are affected, mostly it's us youths who are burdened to take care of the children that are left, orphans, to take care of our maimed and crippled parents. This time around, we are saying we don't want to raise a crippled generation. We want to advocate for peace. We want to advocate for peaceful transition. And at this time, we raise our voices to say, free Bobi Wine Museveni.
Our brothers and sisters, we stand with them in solidarity in Uganda because what happens in Africa and in our neighbors' countries affects us directly.
East Africa power!
Power!
East Africa
People
power!
Power!
Uganda oye!
Oye!
Uganda oye!
Oye!
Uganda fast!
Fast.
Uganda fast!
Fast.
7 down!
Down! Thank you.